Oh my.
Hi, I'm John from Two Brothers Radio Control. We brought back the E-flite F-16 for the first time in a long time, but decided that today we would push its capabilities a little further. It's been too long since we flew it last, and these heavy packs aren't doing it any favors, but it still pushes through these post-stall maneuvers really well. There aren't really any E-flite jets except this one that can pull off maneuvers like this, and with the AGF-RC servo upgrade, it's possible to really push it further than the original design's intention. It handles high G maneuvers, high alpha, both inverted and upright, and just looks awesome in the air. This isn't a review though, we've already reviewed it twice. Think of this video more like visiting an old friend after a long time, and having some fun together again. Check it out, YouTube. We're bringing it back for the first time in quite a while, the 80mm F-16 from Horizon Hobbi's E-flite line. This one is something special. I've had this plane for a while. We got this one from Hangar 18 Hobbies here in beautiful Cary, North Carolina. This is still one of my favorite jets. It almost rivals the Viper 90mm in terms of what it can do, and in some ways surpasses it. We're flying this one today on an SMC 5300 pack, high voltage of course, sitting up in the front, shoved as far back as it can go with an afterburner system from 5280RC, which I will just pop up real quick and you can take a look at. We've had this thing in there for a long time. They both perform very well on this particular pack. There is a remote satellite receiver in there for additional telemetry, strength, and radio frequency link and all that fun stuff, but it's not really needed. You can fly it stock. We did modify this plane after a year of owning it and discovered that most of what we want to do is best done with AGF-RC B13 DLM servos, which are in the stabs and the flaperons. Overall, you don't need to do that, but if you're trying to push this plane to its absolute limit, I would recommend considering it. I'm gonna go ahead and taxi the plane over, and I'm gonna tell you guys my rates and Expo and all that fun stuff. I do fly with full flying stabs mixed in as ailerons, just like the full-scale F-16. So you get that sweet differential movement that allows it to be much more maneuverable. Center of gravity I'll show you too right before we take off. In fact, I'm going to pick it up real quick and just show you. The jet pretty much always balances slightly nose down or even pure level where the circles are on the wing right here. So if I hold the plane up as Liz zooms in from a distance, we are balancing literally at that circle right there. The plane is balancing completely level right at that point. Let's go ahead and get the screen up, and then we're gonna go into forward programming, and we're gonna show you guys the gyro settings that I'm using. These are custom settings, they are not stock. We're using 2x gains with 50 roll, 70 pitch, and 35% yaw. Pretty simple stuff on that, except we are using a mix that controls the flight mode. So, you know, as I add throttle, the gains go down. As I reduce throttle, they go up. It prevents the plane from oscillating. You don't need to use that. If you want to just have the plane be stock, just take those settings that I mentioned and go half on them, and it'll be totally fine. As far as rates and Expo, we are using 150% rates. And before we take off, I have 50% Expo on ailerons, 50% on elevator, and 60% on rudder, actually, and that's always on. When the gear pulled up, it's a little bit different. I can't show that to you on the ground, but that's okay. That's just for landing and takeoff and all that fun stuff. And let's go ahead and drop the flaps to half and take off. It's been a while since we brought this jet out. The last time I flew it was like last year, late last year, when I did that sweet Cobra maneuver right above the ground. That's what full flying stabs gives you for roll rate, so I do have it mixed in a little bit where it's not as crazy. Just a phenomenal flying jet. Let's put this thing into some aggressive maneuvering, bring it around, point it at the camera, do the top fin style maneuvering from tree to tree. You can see this jet can really slide around. It doesn't really care about the 5300 pack. If it was a little bit less windy today, we would be flying this with the 4400s instead. Trade some of the agility for stability, or rather stability for agility. With the 5300s, it's still pretty agile, but it's not as crazy. Love F-16s. This one is one of the best ones that Horizon Hobby has ever made. The 70mm jet is good, but it's not as good as this one. And the reason why is because of the full flying stabs, the 80mm motor, the super awesome looking scale gears, the lights, everything about it is just almost perfection. Let's get it up nice and high, backflip over itself, pull into a flat spin. There we go, look at that. Not the easiest thing to do in this plane, but you do need the differential stabs to make it work. If you don't pull with the stabs working as ailerons, you can't really flat spin this jet. The rudder gets blanked out. Let's put it into a quick Cobra maneuver. 3, 2, 1. Not half bad. Drop the gear, do a couple of quick touch and goes. See where my wife is, make sure I'm not gonna hit her. Gonna drop full flaps coming in, keep the nose pointed at the ground. Line up with the runway. Again, pulling the nose up. Just an amazing flying jet. That you can do all this cool stuff with it. Blows my mind. Let's do a quick 4-point roll. Kind of a ballistic track. Another flat spin. Whoa, disoriented there for a split second. It did something I didn't expect it to do. F-16s are weird little airframes sometimes. Let's slide in right in front here.
Down.
Drop the gear. Had to think there about what I was doing for a moment. You can be very, very aerobatic with this jet, or very acrobatic is a better way to put it. But you can also get into a lot of trouble because those full flying stabs can make it do things that it would not really be happy doing. It's very easy to stall this plane at high speeds. All right, bring it in, start holding the nose up. Awesome. We're gonna pop another battery right into it and take it right back up. Drop half flaps and get her up in the air. All right. Bring it right back around. Such a great flying jet. So agile, does almost anything you tell it to do. Let's go up and do a loop. Nice and high. Yeah, man. Let's go invert it, bring it back around. That 5280 burner is so easily visible from the distance, it's so cool. Love the stab authority, especially with those new servos that I put in. The AGF servos are a solid upgrade to this plane. They're $20 each, so they're not the cheapest thing in the world to put into it, but man, do they fly good.
7 minutes.
Almost thought I was gonna hit that tree out there for a second. Just so agile, man. It does literally almost everything you want it to do. I think the one thing it won't be able to do is the Kavocher bell / Cobra spin, whatever you want to call it. But we can make it do a regular Cobra maneuver. We already did one earlier, but we're gonna do it again because it looks cool. And that's part of what's fun about this channel. Let's go ahead and get it about right here. Not even a problem getting out of that. We could go even lower with that. Think I should go lower with that, dear? Yeah. Let's go lower with it. Not too much lower. All right, do another Cobra. 3, 2, 1. Do another Cobra after that. 3, 2, 1. Not a true Cobra because it is, well, actually it is a true Cobra. Maybe it's just a little too fast, but still, the fact that you can do it at all is phenomenal with an E-flite jet.
12 minutes.
Love it. Let's go bring it up into a nice high flat spin. Do some of that stuff we don't always get to do with these E-flite models. It's something I can do a lot with free wing models, but not so much with the E-flite ones. Go into a Cobra. There you go.
3.9 volts.
Should begin spinning. Well, not much of a spin on that one. I had a better spin last time. Screwed it up or something, or it just didn't want to behave today. High speed knife edge. Woohoo! Getting a little close to those trees. Hopefully this is all visible at this time of day. Let's see if it'll do an inverted Cobra too. So we'll do invert it.
22.7 volts.
It does do it. You can actually hear the airflow break over it. Let's do that one more time. Maybe the battery won't get flung out of it, hopefully. All right, let's go up. About here. 3, 2, 1. Wow, that is phenomenal. Inverted Cobra. All right, dropping the gear. We're gonna bring it in with flaps. Pulling them in right now.
30 minutes.
Okay, keeping that nose pointed at the ground with some rudder. Drop the wing at the last second, but not a big deal. We're gonna toss one more battery into it, do the B-roll stuff with it. Those of you guys have already seen this jet. It's been a while since we've really posted anything with it, but it is one of my favorite jets for the reasons you've seen already, all the crazy maneuvering you can do with it and whatnot. Just the most phenomenal thing about it is that it's an E-flite jet. It's not common that you get an E-flite jet where you can do Cobra maneuvers, where you can do flat spins, where you can do all that other stuff that I normally do with a free wing jet. So you can see that I really love this thing, and I'm trying to keep it in good shape. I have a second one, but this one's the one I did the most mods to, and I want to keep it in good shape as much as I can, for as long as I can. See you guys in the B-roll coming right up. This probably won't be the last time you see the E-flite 80mm F-16 on our channel. It's too good to never show again. Let us know what you think in the comments, and be sure to check out the affiliate link below if you're interested in this model and would like to support the crazy shenanigans we get up to here. Thanks for watching, and be sure to pull off a knife edge pass for us.